The fourth thing to talk about is Boromir. Boromir's a bit different when he first shows up. Boromir is the Prince of And, which is what they originally have for Gondor. In that version, he's kind of a proto-Aragorn. Sometimes he's like very honorable, very just. Other times he's just basically a big grunt. After Tolkien puts in Aragorn, decides to split the character into Aragorn and Boromir, then Boromir becomes the traitor. He becomes kind of like a Grima Wormtongue. And Tolkien kind of struggles what to do with him. This is the portion that he writes after, like, he's kind of like sketching out ideas. Where should things go from this point on? Boromir and Aragorn, who notices a change in Boromir, who is keen to break off the chase and go home, reach Minas Tirith, which is besieged by Sauron, except at the back. Siege is briefly told from the point of view of watchers on battlements. Evil has now hold of Boromir, who is jealous of Aragorn. The Lord of Minas Tirith is slain, and the people choose Aragorn. Boromir deserts and sneaks off to Saruman to get his help in becoming Lord of Minas Tirith. So this is a very much darker version of Boromir. This is a guy who is like fully going in all the way toward being a traitor. Even like Tolkien even thinks about it and is like, should, Boromir repent and become better? And then he's like, no, I think Aragorn should just kill him. There's another portion of the idea where Tolkien thinks maybe Aragorn becomes Lord of Minas Ithil and Boromir becomes Lord of Minas Tirith. He's trying to figure out different ideas here. However, when Tolkien writes the scene at the Fords of Rauros, he writes the scene where Boromir tries to take the ring from Frodo, and then basically after he writes out what happens at the Fords of Rauros, where Boromir fights defending Merry and Pippin, dies heroically, and has this kind of last moment with Aragorn, he never really substantially changes it. What is in Lord of the Rings is more or less what Tolkien actually wrote down when he got to that portion in the writing, and apparently felt, this is perfect, I'm never changing it, that's going to be like what we stick with.